You know that feeling, right? That you're losing the daily battle against distraction, and it feels like you're the only one? Well, you're not. And what if I told you the problem isn't your willpower? Today, we're going to build the ultimate focus stack, a much smarter system that's designed to win that battle for you.
I mean, we have all been there. That exact moment when you resolve to just focus completely evaporates in the face of an endless stream of notifications and all those tempting tabs. This feeling, this struggle, it's universal, and it's our starting point.
So here's the big idea, the crucial shift in thinking. Stop blaming yourself. The thing is, our digital world is literally engineered to distract us. Trying to fight it with willpower alone is like trying to swim up a waterfall. It's exhausting, and you're not going to win. The real solution is to change the environment itself.
And that is our core mission today. We're moving away from just trying to force good habits, and instead, we're becoming architects. The goal is to build a fortress for your focus, a place where those distractions can't even get past the front gate.
This is the key concept we're working with, a focus stack. Think of it like a tech stack that developers use, but for your attention. It's not about finding one single magic app. It's about layering a few simple tools that each do one job perfectly to create this combined, totally bulletproof defense for your mind.
So, what's actually in this toolkit? Let's break down the essential components you'll need to architect your focus. We're going to go through them one by one.
First things first, we build the walls. These are your non-negotiable barriers. Blocker tools are your first line of defense, and they create hard stops that prevent that mindless, almost automatic drift over to social media or the news. And you've got different tools for different needs. Freedom is awesome because it syncs across all your devices, so you can't just pick up your phone as an escape hatch. If you need a really strict lockdown, something you absolutely can't wiggle out of, there's Cold Turkey Blocker. Or, if you want more fine-tuned control, LeechBlock NG lets you set really specific rules, like only 15 minutes of news a day, right inside your browser.
Okay, next up, we control the soundscape. Now, this isn't about just putting on your favorite playlist. That can be a distraction in itself. This is about creating a protective sound bubble to mask all those unpredictable noises. You know, a barking dog, a loud colleague, that can just shatter your concentration in an instant.
And you've got two really cool approaches here. Brain FM uses science to create music that's literally engineered to help your brain get into a state of flow. It's functional music. It's not for listening, it's for focusing. On the other hand, Noisely lets you be the DJ of your own focus zone, mixing ambient sounds like rain or a coffee shop to create the perfect, predictable backdrop for your work.
All right, so the walls are up, the sound bubble is on, now it's time for structure. This layer gives your day a rhythm, a momentum. It's the framework that keeps you on task and stops procrastination before it even gets a chance to start.
For structure, you could use something simple and clean, like PomoFocus, which is a great Pomodoro timer for working in focused 25-minute sprints. Or, if you need a bigger push, a tool like FocusMate is a game changer. It sets you up with a live, virtual co-working partner, and that little bit of peer pressure is surprisingly powerful for beating the urge to procrastinate.
Finally, and honestly, this might be the most important piece of the whole puzzle. You need a clean workspace. This is all about eliminating what's called context chaos, that mental friction, that drag you feel from constantly logging in and out of different accounts, switching between clients, and just dealing with digital clutter.
Here's a perfect example of how a tool like Sendwin creates that clean room. Just look at how it solves these really specific, annoying problems. Juggling a dozen different client accounts? Boom, each tab is completely isolated. Sharing access with your team? You can share the session, not your passwords. It even moves the entire browsing session to the cloud, so your own computer stays clean and secure. It's brilliant.
Okay, we've got our four components: the walls, the soundscape, the structure, and that all-important clean workspace. Now, let's put it all together and look at the blueprint for a seamless, powerful system.
So here it is, the blueprint in action. And I want you to notice how these pieces just click together. First, you create your dedicated clean room for a specific task using Sendwin. Then, on your own computer, you put up a hard perimeter with a blocker like Freedom. With your digital space secure, you activate your sound bubble using Brain.fm. And finally, you give the session some structure and momentum with a timer like PomoFocus. You see, each step builds on the last one.
You see how it all just locks in? The layers reinforce each other. Even if you get that sudden urge to wander off, your local device is completely locked down. Your actual workspace is clean and dedicated to one task, and your day has a clear rhythm. It's a true multi-layered defense for your brain.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This seems like a lot to set up all at once. But here's the good news. You don't have to. The key is to just start by solving your single biggest focus problem first.
So I want you to take a second and really think about it. What's your number one focus killer? What's the one thing that derails you more often than anything else? Because identifying that's your starting point.
And to help you out, here's a quick little guide. If your biggest problem is the absolute chaos of juggling a million accounts, start with Sendwin. If it's that mindless scrolling across your phone and computer, start with Freedom. If you know you'll cheat unless the block is super strict, go with Cold Turkey. And if you just can't seem to get started on anything, try FocusMate. Just match the tool to your biggest pain point.
And, getting started with that central piece, the clean workspace, is incredibly easy and low risk. For example, a 7-day trial for Sendwin costs just $1. That's a tiny barrier to entry to see if this whole clean room approach is the game changer you've been looking for.
This just brings it all home, doesn't it? We're not trying to achieve some kind of monk-level discipline here. We're trying to build a system that's so effective, so seamless, that temptation doesn't even get a chance to show up. It's about being a smart architect, not just trying harder.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Your willpower is a battery that runs out every single day. But a good system? That works every time. So ask yourself, what's the very first brick you're going to lay down to build your own focus fortress?